Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P Farm. Thinking right out here in the lab. Woo-hoo. I'm doing what I do for you. I got something good for you today. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking, mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. It's rhetorical, but if you have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to Maat, be true. We get to the end of the book, but I got to give you the Judgment Day Part 2. Why? Because the first one you see here at Judgment, this is Ani and his wife. Now, did you know when the Pharaoh died, his wife, his servants, everybody went with him? Did you know that? All right, but she's in the hall of Mayat with him, right, getting judged. She's there. He gets there. But at here, if you don't pass, this is where you end up. Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you. We know all these people up here. These are the game players, all this good stuff. But now I'm gonna take you past there and get you to when you pass Judgment Day. This is where you want to end up. You see here, he comes in. You got Haru leading him in. First of all, he passed the scales. Anubis hands him over to Haru. Haru takes him to what? His father. He stops at the shrine. He's paying respect. All that's due right there. And then this is where he want to go have a seat with Asar, become one with Asar. You see Nephthep and I sat behind him. Okay? I'm going to break that down for you. This should be a good lesson. I like this. This should be fun. All right? Now let's go. Judgment, the scene of the Mishkanet karmic scales and halls of Maya, aka judgment. I just showed you the figure, the judgment in the heart of Ani, from the funerary papyrus of Ani. Okay, this is his concept. From the left, you see Ani entering the hall of judgment. His heart, his conscious, remember, heart conscious is spelled Conscience. That's because it's been approved in science that God dwells in the heart, ancient times. And being weighed by who? Anubis, okay? While the divine principles, Shah, which is the guy right here, told him before, that's your destiny. He's standing in for you. Shah's right here. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. He comes in, yeah. There should be Shah right there standing at the scales. And you got, this is your Ba, your spirit. And when you be good conscious, that's your head. Your head should be there. If your head ain't there, you ain't going nowhere. You're going to end up right there. Okay? So the concept is to put your head on your body. That means you become conscious. You've been anointed. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay? Let's go. Well, yeah. Now, Anubis, who measures, you got Shah, Renanet, that's the twins. They represent, and you got Mishkanet, she's the birthing brick. And now Ani's soul is the destinies also measured by which Ani's heart measures against the feather of Mayat. At the right, you see Tahuti. He's always keeping records. The results, while the monster, Amet, the devourer of who? The unjust, the unrighteous, awaits the answer. If that scale tip, he get to eat. If it lights up, okay, he gonna miss a meal. But that's the idea. You want to be light. You don't want to get eaten. And everybody didn't want to die twice. Concept. Okay, right here. Let's keep going. Now, the hands of Tahuti, which is God's wisdom, are Shah, which means your destiny, and Renenet, which means the two twins, fortune and harvest. Now, the implication is that what we reap, harvest, and the result of our state of mind, the heart, our state of mind, including what? Our subconscious feelings and desires, is weighed against the cosmic order, the feather of Maat. How Maat did you live with the question? If you did you were upset. Watch this. If found to be at peace. Hotep. And it's spelled H-E-T-E-P. Some people spell it with the O. E and the O is synonymous. They're interchangeable, pretty much. All right? But if you reach Hotep, consciousness, knowing thyself, and therefore in accord with cosmic order, you live by Maat, what happens? It will be allowed, you will be allowed to what? Join with the cosmic Asar. That's the other room. He ain't there yet. He still got to get to the judgment. But otherwise, what happened? You will suffer the fate of the detected by its own contents. Your mental state of unrest due to your lingering ignorance and your cravings and your desires, which would what? Lead it to what? Amen. Wow, heavy heart. Will now devour your ego personality, which is in the heart. And your soul will now experience torments from the demons until what? Until you learn your lesson or become strong enough through what? Wisdom to know ourselves, knowledge of self, okay? Demons are negative They ain't really demons, they just negative energies, okay? That an ignorant person will act on. You ain't got to act on every thought that comes to your mind. Say that's what meditation for. That's what spiritual discipline is all about. Controlling those negative thoughts. So the devil, like an idle mind. Why? It's empty. It ain't doing nothing. He can fill it with something. A lot of times it ain't good. That's the difference. But you negative cosmic energies, it has allowed itself to what? To come into contact with or mental anguish or torments. We put ourselves through. That's the key right there. You do it to yourself. Do what? Due to your own ignorance of self. Ding, ding, ding. That's why knowing thyself will eradicate what? Ignorance of self. Not to know opposite is to know self-torment. Again, see what they said? Self-torment, self-improvement. One or the other. And what? You control both because it starts with you. And self-torment may be what? Your own regrets over some action or an inaction while what? Alive. Stuff that you think you missed out on, stuff that you wish you had did or should have did. Or what? A reluctance to leave. Why? Because of the lingering desires. You like it here. So you're going to come back. That's reincarnation. Why? So you can come back and experience more earthly pleasures, accumulating stuff, having pleasure of the flesh, big house, fancy car, whatever it is. But you like this. So it's here for you. That's what this is for. Okay. But therefore, we control what? Our own fate. That's what we've been telling everybody. You control that. They've been telling us that since forever. Well, if so-and-so did, no. You. And you control your own fate. And it's according, watch this. This is the caveat. To how your own level of wisdom. What did you learn growing up? What did your parents give you? My mother gave me the goods. My father gave me the bad. I put them both together and I made it work. Like my dude said, I was the dude. I took a piece from the east, my mom, a piece from the west, which is my dad, put them together. I did my best to use them both. Again, equanimity. Mom's left, dad's right. Ding, ding, ding. All right, here you go. Now, we just passed the judgment hall. His heart was light as a feather. So now he moves on. He goes into, I go Haru, taking him into the shrine. Now, all this stuff, offerings, okay, that they do before they go into the shrine, okay? Give a little breakdown. Now let's talk about it. Remember, every scene says something. Everything has a purpose and a reason symbolically. This is esoteric teaching. They taught symbolic lessons. Watch this. Now I just showed you apex figure. Number 2, following the judgment, he passed. Asar, Ani is now taken by the androgynous. You couldn't see it in the painting, but they show Haru, which is androgynous. He half woman and half male. Krishna, if you look at him, one side, he got a female breast, other side is a man's chest. Happy. The Navali guy, same thing, half woman, half man. What they're showing is a symbolic showing that we got some male and female tendencies in us. That's it. Okay, understand that? No, oh, he male and female. No, we have those qualities in us. Okay, understand. Remember, now Haru, note the female and left breast, again, is introduced to what? The mummified Asar. You always see Asar, he's always mummified. But only thing he got out is his hands. And that's just to hold the objects that he needs to show who he is. The crook, the flail, and the wasp. They all symbolically mean something. And he have everything. Now, when you show the God, the Nebuchadnezzar, he got every aspect. Well, Asar got all earthly aspects because he's in control of what? This place here. The underworld, afterlife. Okay, watch this. Now, where we at? The high breast. And now he take it to Asar, the mummified Asar. But he holds the flare, the crook, and the wasp. Staffs as a what? As enthroned in a shrine, surmounted by what? A hawk. That's Haru, the spirit. And Haru also wears a crown, symbolizes Upper and Lower Egypt. When you see the crown, I'll point that out to you right quick. See the crown that Haru got on? Right here? By itself, it's upper. But the other part going into it is lower. So he got both sides. The crown, one fit into the other. You see Asar, he just got the male side, right? The 2 feathers right there. But Haru, he got both upper and lower, okay? In the afterlife, Asar controls everything. So he don't need that, all right? That's the concept. And I'm going to talk about that too. I'll bring that to light because we're going to talk about it. But, okay, the anointment, the anointing. This is what they mean by the anointing, right here. He's anointed. Ani. You see him right here? Regular, right? Once he go into the shrine, he's anointed. He about to go meet Asar, but he got to get anointed with the comb, okay? That's what it means to be anointed, Christians. He passed the test of judgment. He's anointed by going to the shrine to meet Asar, his higher self. Watch this. Now, Haru Asar wears the crown, the symbolic of the Upper and Lower Egypt. I just pointed that out to you. Now, is assisted by who? Netet and Aset, which is stand behind Asar. And when Ani, when he reaches the shrine, what he do? He is justified and he is glorified as symbolized by what? The anointment, the cone on top of his head. And the grease, anointed with the grease cone, all right, on his head. See anointed, or one. And he kneels with what? Upstretched arms, holding a secum in his staff in his left hand in front of him. So there is a table of offering, I'll show you in the background, including flowers, fruit, and they call it kapesh, or they call it 4 leg of an ox. In the constellation, they got set being pulled down by the 4 leg, and that they usually call it opening of the mouth, another ritual concept. But above him, you see there is vessels. He's in the hall now. This is all the stuff that's on the shelves. That's what they're talking about. He's paying homage to the Asar before he gets in there, okay? That's what we break it down for you. Now, above him, there's a vessel. I showed you the wines, the beer, and oils, canisters. And the topmost shelf, the compartment of, they call the register, there is another offering table with bread, cakes, the sweets, you got a sweet tooth, and the wraith, and a set or what they call a duck. After being judged, everybody will be, no exceptions. And having been found, this is the best part about it. This is what makes the whole concept of afterlife conceptualized right here. When found, found to be what? Worthy. Why? He was pure of heart. P for me stands for pure. Okay, I'm pure real. And my heart is funk. So I'm right on point. I did this years ago. Had no idea. I can put it together symbolically now and make it fit and suits me fine. Now, Ani is led by who? Haru. Then they tell you Jesus sits on the right hand of the Father. You can't get to the Father without coming to the Son. That's the concept. That's where it comes from. I'm not arguing, debating. I'm just making a point, using it as again, purpose of education. Now, Haru, the Lord of heaven, what? And earth. He master of himself while in the flesh. That's what makes him unique. Now, you got Upper and Lower Egypt, okay? Who is Ani's own androgynous soul to Asar, who is what? Ani's higher self. Your individual soul is about to meet your higher self. Watch this. Ani is acquired. He has acquired what? The spiritual strength, knowledge of self, and Sekhem controlled his emotions, the ego, to become what? One with the Asar. Thus will join Asar where in the mental, aka heaven, field of reeds, Urantia. That's where the spirit goes to just chill. No more work, no more nothing, just chilling. That's what, and when it comes to the physical body, after going through life cycle, it looks forward to get the hell up out of here. Conceptually. I speaking for myself. But watch this. Now, Ani offerings of the caprice or Neset symbolizes what? A male and female principle. It represents Ani's relinquishment, listen, of his earthly and dualistic consciousness, meaning his brain now becomes not two hemispheres, but one. It melds into its original concept, back to itself, not being thinking of itself as I. It becomes one with God. That's the concept, and I love it because it works. Watch this. Now, he's down here. When you do this, you become one with God. What they call Asar. Now, thus, stopping your dualistic consciousness. Okay? Thus, now, Ani is offering what? His ego consciousness. Giving it up of himself. So now he'll become one. He's not separate from God and no more. He's offering up his ego conscious so that what? He may realize what? His non-dualistic, his oneness, all-encompassing, this cosmic higher self in Asar. This is beautiful. Hope you understand it. I conceptualize it. I understand it. I'm trying to get it to you where you can understand it. Now, let's talk about Ani's name became Asar Ani. Okay, that's number 4. Once you pass, you become Asar P-Funk. And the green Asar, who in this teachings assumes what? The role of the male aspect, Netter, father, Pa, being supported by who? Neftet, she represents death, mortality. Aset, she represents life, immortality, is the supreme deity, Haru, which is the spirit of God in the flesh. That's me and you. Christians call him Christ. Okay, that's the, concept. Representing that which is what? Up there. You see me pointing that way? That's what Haru means. Why? Because he's the symbol of our spirit is the falcon or the hawk, bird of prey. But he can fly higher than any other bird. So up there, like he can fly right into the sun, back to the Father, which is Ra. And watch this. Now, in this aspect, the green Asar, who is mummified, form represents what? Neither, watch this, existence or non-existence, neither life nor death, but that which lies what? Beyond. That's the noon. That's God resting space. Okay, that's where everything started, and everything's gonna go back. The life force is what? Green, which what vivifies all things. Green means good. Green means life. Okay, and he holds the power of leading one to what? Absolute reality. That's why he got the shepherd's crook. Okay, when the flock leader, he got that big crook that they use to keep the sheep, keep them in line. Okay, to herd them in, and he had the power to what? Emulate life force, which is the wasp. It looks like the head of Set. Okay, but again, that's the ego, and it has the power to what? To separate the mortal human being from the eternal soul, just as the whining wing whip, or what they call the flare. When you separate the chaff from the seed, you use that to snap it and it separates it. Don't ask me, I'm not a farmer. Didn't know what that means, still don't. But I get the concept. I can move on with that. But now, with Aset and that life and death, mortality, immortality. You gotta have that concept. And now, they represent what? Creation. For only in the realm of creation can there be what? Life. And with life, you got to have what? Death. They go together. Yin and the yang. You can't have one without the other. Asar and that represents our concept of yin and the yang. Okay? They're always together. They don't separate. Moving on. And in the realm of Asar, there is what? Only eternal life. That's where it goes back to. Where it comes from, it's going to go back. Remember the boomerang. You reap what you sow. And if you do good work, you go back home. You're here to do good work. If you want to do what you want to do, then you stay here. As long as you want to keep doing that, that's what you're going to be. Why? We can't have disobedience in heaven. Simple as that. Moving on. But from the feet, you see right here, okay, another output. On the feet at the throne, this is life going out. Remember, the lotus flower represents life growing out. When the sun come up, it opens up. The sun go down, it goes down. Okay, that represents life. That's the symbol of us. And at the foot, you got 4 sons of Haru. Now, Haru is God's son. So that means Haru kids is what? God's grandkids. Right? Okay, watch this. You got the 4 grandkids, and they represent the cardinal, the 4 directions, the compass. North, east, south, and west. Give you a little heads up. Let me read this rest. I'm about to take it in. I see this should be a little short. I'm almost there. But watch this. Now, you got life and death. And Asar, from the feet of Asar, I just showed you, rises the world. The lotus is the symbol of creation. Just broke that down for you, hopefully. Now, with the 4 sons of Haru, and that represents what? All directions of the compass, meaning all encompassing. I done covered every aspect. Standing on it. Asar wears the Atif crown. Here's the single crown, which is composed of what? The Hajjat crown, which represents Upper Egypt, and the double plume crown of Amun. Okay? And a small and solar disk at the top, which represents Ra. Whenever you see a sun disk, that's Ra. Okay? And not shown in the scene above, but therefore Asar incorporates what? All the attributes of Haru, Amun, the hidden one, and Ra in the sky. So Haru separates from, he acts as what? Ptah, self-created one. He's the son of God. That's who Haru represents here. That's me and you in the flesh again. And watch this. Thus, to join with Asar in Amenta, aka the afterlife, heaven, is to what? Join with one's own fate. If you did the things you need to do, this would be your fate and your destiny. Either, watch this, either you're going to be led by Apophis, which is the what? Ignorance of yourself. A lot of that. Until he leads you into the jaws of Amet. That's the first thing. He didn't make it. And you listen to, you are a pet follower, ignorant, don't knowledge yourself, you get to eat, get destroyed. How about that? Your life is over. And you get the jaws of Amet, destruction. Now, suffering, what? Reincarnation. When your heart and conscience is eaten by a man, your spirit got to go on to find another body. It can't go home, okay? Or, watch this. Now, or to union with Asar, meaning Hotep, an eternal peace. Son and Bunham, the supreme good, because you've done the things in the physical and the flesh while on earth to get you to that point, to pass the judgment of Maat. Thus is what? Now, it is one's own spiritual enlightenment, soul, aka Haru, who now leads what? Ani to the union with one's true self. Asar, God, aka the Father. Now, right here, ending up. Everybody should know what that's the universal sign. That sign is more universal pretty much as it is what? The eye, the pyramid, and the other sign symbolically. Okay? That's the feather of Maat. Okay? And it says right here, I love this phrase. This is my phrase right here. It says, I am pure. I am pure. One more time. I am pure. That means you're doing what's right and what's natural for you. That could be different for every individual, and it will be. But to be pure to thyself, to know thyself, and always to Maat be true, that means stay pure. Love that. And it ends up with, I have washed my front parts with what? Waters or waters of libation. I have cleansed my hinder parts with drugs which make woolly clean. I mean, I use soap and water, whatever, else to clean my body. And watch this. and my inward parts have been washed in the liquor of Mayat. That's the pen dropper. I live, think, be Mayat. That's a good thing to do. Why? It'll get you where you want to go. Afterlife. We don't die, remember, we multiply. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, me, 100 miles a day. So I never know that my right thinkers will pass away. And you won't, because if you're Mayat philosophy liver, living right, you live on. Like Mr. Right. I'm out.